Before a single photograph could ever be taken, a simple but magical idea had to be discovered. This idea was the camera obscura, which is Latin for dark room. Imagine a completely dark room or a box with no windows. Now, picture a tiny single pinhole poked into one of the walls. On the opposite wall, a surprising image will appear. It will be an upside down and a reversed picture of whatever is outside the pinhole. This natural phenomenon was the very first step toward creating a camera. Artists during the Renaissance, hundreds of years ago, found the camera obscura incredibly useful. Painters like Johannes Vermeer are thought to have used these devices to help them create their incredibly realistic paintings. By tracing the projected image, they could capture perspective light, shadow with amazing accuracy. Fun fact: the principle was observed long before it was used for art. Mosey described it around 400 BC. The dream of capturing the fleeting image from the camera obscura was a long-held ambition for scientists and inventors. It was a French inventor named Joseph Nicephore Niepce who finally succeeded. He wasn't trying to create art. He was trying to find a way to automatically copy engravings for printing presses. His breakthrough came when he used a pewter plate coated with a natural asphalt called bitumen of Judea. This substance had a peculiar property. It hardened when exposed to bright light. After a very, very long exposure, the parts of the bitumen hit by light became hard and insoluble. Niepce placed one of his coated plates inside a camera obscura and pointed it out of an upstairs window at his country estate. He left the shutter open for at least 8 hours, possibly days. When the exposure was finished, he washed the plate with lavender oil and white petroleum. This washed away the unexposed material, leaving a faint, ghostly, permanent image. The image Niepce made in 1826-1827, view from the window at Le Gras, is the world's first surviving photograph. Because the exposure took so long, the sun moved across the sky, illuminating both sides of buildings. It captured the slow passage of a day. It proved that light could draw a picture of the world by itself. The process was monumental but impractical. Long exposures, one-off positives, no easy copies. For many decades, photography remained a complex and expensive hobby reserved for dedicated professionals and wealthy enthusiasts. It required toxic chemicals, heavy glass plates, bulky equipment. You even needed a portable darkroom to prepare and develop plates on the spot. This changed thanks to George Eastman. A bank clerk obsessed with simplicity, he wanted the camera to be as convenient as a pencil. He founded Kodak. His genius was system design. Coated paper emulsion eliminated wet plates. In 1888, he introduced the Kodak No. 1, a small leather-covered box loaded with flexible film. It came preloaded with enough film for 100 pictures. You just pointed, pressed the shutter, and turned a key to advance the film. Eastman's brilliant slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest." When the roll was finished, customers mailed the whole camera to Kodak in Rochester. Kodak developed the film, made prints, and reloaded the camera before returning it. This removed the darkroom barrier and democratized photography. Anyone could be a photographer. People began taking snapshots of everyday life: picnics, holidays, children, special occasions. Fun fact: Eastman invented the name Kodak. Short, strong, easy to pronounce, and intentionally meaningless. While Kodak made photography accessible, the next leap made it portable and spontaneous. This leap came from Germany, from a small optical company called Leitz. An engineer named Oskar Barnack, who suffered from asthma, found large cameras too heavy. He wanted a small, lightweight camera he could carry on walks. His idea: use 35 mm perforated motion picture film turned sideways to make a larger negative. In 1925, Leitz released the Leica 1, a masterpiece of mechanical engineering. Compact enough for a coat pocket, with a high-quality collapsible lens and 36 exposure rolls. This was a radical departure from single-shot or 8-exposure roll cameras of the era. Photographers could now shoot dozens of images quickly and unobtrusively. Although the negative was small, Leitz lenses were sharp enough to produce beautiful enlargements. The Leica created a new way of seeing, candid, decisive moments captured as they happened. Photographers like Henri Cartier-Bresson used it to catch what he called the decisive moment. Leicas were built to exacting standards. Many models from the 1920s and 30s still work today. They were purely mechanical, no batteries needed, which made them reliable in extreme conditions. That reliability made them the choice of war correspondents and documentary photographers, a precision instrument and a rugged tool for telling the world's stories. In the mid-20th century, photography still involved a frustrating delay. You took a picture, finished the roll, took it to a lab, and waited hours or days to see the result. In 1943, a 3-year-old asked a simple question: why can't we see the picture right away? That question sparked Edwin Land to invent an instant camera. In 1948, Polaroid unveiled the Model 95 land camera. Large, heavy, and expensive, but magical. It used special film with developing chemicals built in. After a shot, the photographer pulled a tab. Rollers spread a reagent between negative and positive. About a minute later, the positive was peeled away, revealing a developed print. Instant feedback transformed social photography at parties, family gatherings, events. Fun fact: in 1972, Polaroid introduced the SX70. It ejected the picture and it developed before your eyes. People often shook pictures thinking it helped, though Polaroid advised against it. Still, the shake became a ritual. The Polaroid turned photography into performance and shared instant memories. The next revolution did away with film and replaced chemistry with digital information. It started in a Kodak lab in 1975. Engineer Steven Sasson built the first digital camera. Crude, heavy, but it worked. About the size of a toaster, 8 pounds, a tangle of wires and circuit boards. It used a motion picture lens and captured a black and white image at 0.01 megapixels, 10,000 pixels. It recorded the image to a cassette in 23 seconds, which was then played back on a custom unit to show the image. Kodak was intrigued but feared digital would threaten film profits. For years, digital was niche, expensive, and mainly used by photojournalists transmitting images over phone lines. Mid-90s consumer digitals were costly and low quality, but technology advanced quickly. Sensors became more powerful, memory cards held more, prices fell. No more film costs. Photographers gained instant review on LCDs, easy editing and sharing on computers. The digital darkroom changed everything. Photoshop gave control. Adjust brightness, contrast, color, crop, remove blemishes, composite layers. What once took hours in a chemical darkroom became minutes with a few clicks. Improving digital quality and creative freedom signaled the decline of film for most people. Film became niche as digital systems matured. The most profound transformation didn't come from camera makers, but from computing and telecommunications. Early camera phones in the 2000s were novelties with terrible image quality. Grainy, low resolution, and poor in low light. The first iPhone in 2007 was a turning point. A reasonably good camera with a large touchscreen and internet connectivity, an intuitive UI, a photo album, a digital darkroom, and constant sharing all in a pocket device. This combination was a game changer. Phones made photography immediate and social. Apps like Instagram, launched in 2010, created a new visual language of filters, squares, and instant sharing. Phones became photo editors, galleries, and social platforms all at once. Modern phones use multiple lenses for wide-angle, standard, and telephoto. They capture multiple frames and use AI to combine them, reducing noise, balancing HDR, sharpening details. It's a process far more complex than anything traditional cameras did. In the future, cameras may become more intelligent and integrated. In glasses, even contact lenses. They may auto-tag people, detect objects, and suggest better compositions in real time. The line between stills and video will keep blurring. The desire to capture a moment, begun with a dark room and a pinhole, will keep driving innovation. From pinhole to pixels, the camera continues to change how we see and remember the world.